Welcome everyone to a very special short attention span webinar. This is kind of a wild one. This is for the end of June. And actually, Kelly, you know what? I'm just thinking, as of today, I'm on vacation. When this thing gets released, I'll be on vacation.
Me too.
Oh, is that right? You're gone too?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I'm for the first time, I'm going to rent an RV. I'm going to be in California, going from San Francisco up to a ranch in Etna.
Fun.
So yeah. Oh, yeah. I've never done that before. I got a buddy who's a real live cowboy. I went to college with him in Alabama, and that's where I'm going to be headed. But here's the situation. This is kind of interesting. Next week, the 4th of July, for those of us in the States, is on a Wednesday. So, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, Monday, Tuesday, who's going to want to work? No one's going to want to hear from you. Then you've got Wednesday, that's the 4th of July. And then you got Thursday, Friday, no one's going to want to work, no one's going to want to hear from you. So we really have nothing to tell you this week. So, no, you know, just go ahead and take the week off, I guess.
Take it off.
Yeah, so we're good. We'll talk to you next week, I guess. Ha! Just kidding.
Psych.
I got you on that one. Let's talk about what you want to do. Kelly, is there anything wrong with doing that, though? With just saying basically what you and I are going to be doing, which is just taking the week off?
If you're legitimately taking a vacation, of course you should. I mean, it's a great idea to be gone when your customers are gone. But if you're not going, so most definitely go on vacation and have a great time. But if you're not going to, if you're going to be working and you don't want to take that time off, there's so many things you could do.
Sure. Yep. Like, look, hey, do some planning. You've got some existing accounts. Think about what they're going to be doing. Look ahead. Do some research. Do some review. Have you lost any accounts? Have you lost any business, any bids with this account? Kelly and I talk about not taking anything for granted. Well, this is a good week to plan. It's a great week to take off. I mean, seriously, this is kind of a unique year, and if you're going to take even a couple days off, or maybe just the Monday, Tuesday, plus the Wednesday, or the Wednesday and the Thursday and the Friday, whatever, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But don't make the assumption that no one wants to hear from you this week.
Right.
That's part of what's going on here. So, all right, so plan that activity. Look ahead and say, I'm going to create a cache of prospects to call on, in addition to reviewing our existing accounts. Kelly, you talk a lot about account reviews. Talk to me about that. What am I trying to go for with an account review? What does that look like?
Well, it's certainly with somebody that's a significant piece of business, or somebody that the account has a lot of meaning to you, and it's really a two-way dialogue. So you want to talk about what's happened across the period of time. Let's say it's a quarterly review, or you do them twice a year. You may actually want to prepare some data if it's an account that lends itself to that, where you talk about, in some of the accounts I used to do these in, we would present them with data about on-time delivery percentages, error rates, things like that. I mean, real, meat and potato stuff, especially if that data was good, to say, look, we were on time 98% of the time, we had a 2.2% error rate, things like that, to kind of tout our performance. And then we would talk about, projects that we worked on and how they went, and then obviously ask for reflection from the customer. What was your take on this? Any feedback, any criticism, any constructive feedback that they would be willing to give you. And then now let's talk about the time period coming up. What projects do you have? And you can kind of cue this up that you want to be prepared with regard to manpower, supplies, things like that. And it really is a way to kind of create that essence of mutual dependence, that you're almost in a way assuming some things about that account, but it's really what goes into a partnership, which is let's be prepared, let's be ready. Are there any creative meetings coming up where you need our input, planning sessions, things like that? You want to be in on those. So this is a great time to get a feel for what that's going to look like.
I love that idea of saying to the client, this is how often we were on time. Mm-hmm. Something like that. I love that. And then looking ahead, preparing new prospects, coming up with, doing the research this week, maybe even writing the letters that you want to send out, or getting all of that work ready to go, creating a schedule. That's another good thing to do. This week you've got ample opportunity to sit back and, whip out the lemonade, throw on the flip-flops, or the man-flops, as my daughter calls them. Dad, stop wearing man-flops. And then learn. And Kelly, what are the opportunities to learn this week? Where would they go? Where would we sign
Well,
up?
again, I would be, you may want to read some industry blogs. You may want to look at some of the, some of the great websites out there, publications, books. There may be some, seminars to attend actually in person. I mean, there could be some networking events going on. Any of that kind of stuff you want to know about and dive into as much as you possibly can.
We might also tell, I'm just trying to think of what else we could tell them to do this week, Kelly. I think organizing is a good thing.
Clean your desk.
Clean your desk.
And, another thing, and if you wanted to try to plan for this a little bit more, is to find out what your good clients' schedules are. Because if your clients are working, you could still make some sales calls. You could still, it might also be a really fun time to take somebody out to lunch. This is one thing I used to love to do with my clients in the Sears Tower. I would call them over for a picnic in the park across the street, and I would have like a cooler full of ice cream and lay out a blanket, and I would say, I've got ice cream, I'm right across the street, come over and sit down with me, and they thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So have some fun with it. Take them out to a little, al fresco lunch or something like that. I mean, here's the thing: just get creative. Do something different. I mean, and it's a really, really fun time to do it.
One other thought that I've got is to go through your back emails. I've got thousands in my inbox, and I would guarantee you in there is one or two, if not more, issues that either require follow-up or things that maybe I've dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you ever read an email or the phone rings and then you have to
flip
the screen?
You're like, oh no, I forgot about that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've said that, I'm afraid to look.
I know, me too.
But you know what? I'm on vacation. So we will be back next week with another short attention span webinar. Kelly, I hope you have a wonderful time.
And also to you, Bill. Thank you.
Take care.